I got a text message from a friend of mine that I hadn't heard from in a long time, and she was asking me for my address. I'm like, let's just cut the shit. What are you inviting me to? What am I supposed to pretend to be really excited about for you? Are you buying a house? Are you getting married? Are you having a baby? Which is it? Just let me know. Can I write a check? Yay! Oh, and then let's go to a party and let's watch you open presents that you hand-selected from a registry, from a list from the store that we all bought for you. Yay! What a surprise! Ah! We'll all sit around and go, ooh, ah, oh. Those are great gifts that you wanted. I guess I'm bitter. Maybe I'll feel a little bit differently when I fulfill my little girl fantasy of accidentally getting knocked up and trapping some man into marrying me. I feel different then. And then I'll ask you for all your addresses. So I was dating this one guy. Speaking of my little girl dreams, I'm Scottish, and I had always hoped that the man that I would marry someday would also be Scottish, that he would wear a kilt at the wedding. Am I interrupting something?
I think so.
Okay, I can wait. Right. Sorry. This is my first show. I'm a little nervous.
You're awesome, girl.
Thanks. How can you tell? So anyway, I would hope that the man that I would marry someday would also be Scottish, so that he'd wear a kilt at our wedding. And I texted this man that I was dating one time, and I said, "Did you ever consider wearing a kilt?" And he wrote back, "Yes, at our wedding." A-R-E wedding. He spelled our wrong. That's not a typo, that's a learning disability. He was dumb. But since he was the only one that ever even thought about marrying me, I figured I'd give it a shot. And yeah, woo. So we're sitting out on his porch one day, and I looked down at this box of clothespins, and it said B-U-G-E-R. And I said, "What is that?" He goes, "Oh, my mom used to call me Booger Bill." I was like, "Your mom's dumb too?" Who can't spell booger? Fuck! This is genetic. I imagine what our lives would be like if we were to get married and have kids. He'd be in one room with our son, I'd be in the other room, washing dishes, cooking dinner. Now I'd hear those words that every mother fears. "Daddy, can you help me with my homework?" I'd be like, "No!" Like I'm crashing through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. I'd be like, "Do not help him with his homework! Just stay away from Daddy." I'd have him over in the corner stroking his head like Sally Field in one of those movies, like, "You stay away from my son." Do not teach him. I give my ex a lot of slack. He wasn't just some dumb boyfriend. He was also lazy. Which was actually a good thing, because I never had to worry about him cheating on me, because I was pretty sure that no woman would ever just show up and fuck him on his couch. Confident about that. So I've been seeing this guy for a couple of weeks, and it's at this really awkward stage right now where not enough time has passed, where it's okay to start calling him honey or baby, but way too much time has passed for me to ask him what his first name is again. I'm screwed. Well, you can tell that it's going rough.
What was his name?
I have no idea. It's over.
Didn't matter.
No, if he shows up later, I'll point him out. Maybe you can find out for me. Thanks. Thanks for that. I love when people help me out and stuff. So anyway, you know that it's getting rough when you hear about them finding an unidentified dead body somewhere, and you secretly hope that it was a guy that blew you off a few weeks ago. And become like morbidly intrigued about it. My friends think that I'm concerned. I'm like, oh my God. Was it a man or a woman? It was a man? How old was he? Like mid-30s? God, that's terrible. How long was he out there? Oh, a few months? Never mind. I wouldn't say that it's hard meeting men as much as I would say that it's hard meeting the right one. I'm a musician, as Sean mentioned, and one night I was playing and some guy, I didn't see who did it, came up and left his business card on the front of the stage, and on the back of it said, "You should call me." And I was like, should I? So I scanned the audience looking for the mystery man, and there were way too many guys out there with those little thin ponytail braids. And by way too many, I mean one. I couldn't risk it. You're done. Speaking of people who come up to my stage, I always love the drunk chicks who come up and ask me. They're usually wearing a sash and like, "I'm getting married tomorrow." And I'm like, oh, what a lucky man. I really hope he's getting a blowjob from a stripper right now because he's in for a world of shit. You are a delight. Can you play Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Well, I can check with my rock blues band if we know that one, but yeah, I don't think so. I'm sorry. Really? All right, well, just play something fun then. Okay, well, we're right in the middle of our funeral dirge set, so as soon as that shit's over and everyone's done weeping, we'll be sure to get right to your request. And who's the son of a bitch that keeps yelling "Freebird" at my shows? How is it that this fucking guy has been at every single one of my shows for the past 10 years? Can he die from alcohol poisoning already, please? Please. You know this guy. He's at your cousin's wedding. He's got his tie up around his head. He's out on the floor like... It's that guy. He could do us all a favor by next time he's pulling that tie up if he stops like right about here, throws the other end over a closet door and ends it carradine style because he's ruining my life. Thank you all very much.